Hey, welcome to Color Yoga. My name is Kyle and welcome to the Slow Flow. Thank you for stopping by. It's nice to see you here at the channel and I hope that you are excited to get into a nice 25-minute slow flow. Today we're going to be focusing on shifting our attention from how we think we look in our practice to how we feel during our practice. So really embodying our sense of attention and kind of tapping into the fluidity of the Ujjayi breath or the oceanic breath. So really trying to synchronize one breath, one movements and taking some time to hold in certain postures and just seeing how that changes our experience. Today we won't need any props or blocks, just simply your mat. And if you have any questions or comments, you can always hit me up in the comment section down below. Otherwise, when you're ready, you can grab your mat and let's begin. Welcome back. So when you're ready, make your way to a comfortable seat. You can sit up nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, let your eyes gently come to close. And take a moment just to turn your attention inwards. Just feeling into your breath as you arrive onto your mat. And we're going to apply the Ujjayi breath or the oceanic breath throughout our practice today. Just the slight restriction in the back of the throat. We're going to tap into the fluidity of that breath, making our movements long and smooth. Take a nice deep breath in. And with some sound, sigh and release. Inhale to fill. Exhale to release and let it all go. Inhale, arms reach up above your head. As you exhale, bring them through to prayer at your heart center. You can take a moment for yourself just to set an intention for your class. And when you're ready, you can bow your head towards your hands to seal that off. And we'll begin today in child's pose at the back of our mats, having our knees out wide, toes touching, hands reaching out in front. Now, this is a place where you can always return to if you need to, for whatever reason. You can use it in your own time. Allow your hips to relax and melt down as you reach your hands out in front of you. Keep your arms nice and active, so keep them up off the floor, press down through the outer edges of your hands, thumbs facing up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, come up to table, stack your shoulders over your wrists, tuck your toes, walk your hands forward. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, come into down dog, hips up, heels down. Take a moment just to arrive into this posture. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Really press into the ground as you sink your heels back and down. Inhale, bend your knees, look towards the top of the mat. Exhale, plank, ripple forward. Inhale, shift your hips up towards the sky, come high onto the toes. As you exhale, lower the heels down. Well done. We're going to move through a few rounds of this sort of moving flow, front and back. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, ripple forward to the top of your mat, coming into plank. Inhale, send your hips and your heels high up, press into the ground. Exhale, slowly lower the heels into down dog. Inhale, knees bend, look forward. Exhale, step, jump or float top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen out the back of the neck. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, high mountain, bend the knees, rise all the way up. Exhale, fold forward to release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank, hands down, step back. Inhale, shift the weight forward. And if you need to, you can lower your knees. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly, keeping your elbows tucked in and your head in line with your spine. And when you get there, untuck your toes. Press tops of the feet into the floor. Have your elbows tucked in, facing upwards. Inhale, cobra, lift the back of the neck up. Exhale to release. Just a few rolling cobras. You can close your eyes. Inhale, lift the back of the neck up. Take a little bit of weight off your fingertips. Exhale to release. This time perhaps no weight in the hands, just the back strength. Inhale, lift the back of the neck up. Exhale to release. Well done. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, down dog. Roll over the knees, lower the heels, down. Inhale, plank, ripple forward. Hold. Come into side plank on the right side. Left arm reaches up. Find your variation. If you need to, you can lower your right knee. Otherwise, if you'd like a little bit more, you can even raise the left leg up to hold and breathe. Now remember your ujjayi breath, slight restriction. Noticing how you feel in this posture. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, step your left foot towards the top of the mat. Low lunge, lower the back knee to the floor. Square your hips off. Inhale, crescent moon, reach the arms up above your head, interlace the fingers, and as you look up, exhale to arch back, hold and breathe. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, half splits, lower your hips back and down, straighten your left leg and flex your front toes, lowering the hips back, feeling a nice stretch in the back of the hamstring. Inhale, low lunge, come forward, plant your hands down, raise your back knee. Exhale, three-legged dog, left leg comes up and back to hold. Now, even the weight between your hands. If you need to, you can bend your right leg. You want to keep the left leg nice and active. Lower the left hip down towards the floor so you square yourself off. Weight is nice and even between the hands. Press the ground away. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, ripple forward, squeeze and press the earth away. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up and back. Exhale, step through low lunge, gently place your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, standing splits or standing L, press up off the left foot. Right leg comes up, relax the back of the neck. You want to actively press down through the left heel. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift up the back of your neck, tuck your chin. Exhale, forward fold, feet to meet. Bow down. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, parallel to the floor. Exhale, plank, feet back, hands down. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway, keep your elbows tucked in. Inhale, upward facing dog, roll over the toes, look up, squeeze your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up, lower the heels down. Well done. Inhale, knees bend, gaze forward. Exhale, ripple forward to plank to hold. Inhale, roll over onto the left outer edge of the left foot. Supported side plank or side plank. Right arm comes up to the sky. Find your variation and hold and breathe. Now see if you can bring a sense of softness to your face and your breath. Still encouraging long, smooth ujjayi breaths. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, low lunge, step your right foot to the top of the mat with control. Lower the back knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent moon, reach your arms up above your head, interlace, look up, and as you exhale, arch back, hold and breathe. Now see if you can use your exhale to lower the hips forward and down, and use your inhale to lift the chest, creating a little bit of a back bend. One more breath in, and one more breath out, drop the hips back, half splits, flex your front toes, and release. Inhale, low lunge, come forward, plant your hands, back knee lifts up off the floor. Exhale, three-legged dog, right leg comes up and back to hold. Now, stay here and breathe, even the weight between your hands. Bring the right hip down, actively reach up through the right heel. Again, noticing the breath, long and smooth. Take a deep breath in, reach up a little bit higher. Exhale, knee to nose, ripple forward. Engage the core, lift the hips up. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Exhale, step through low lunge. Place your right foot in between your hands. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, standing splits. Launch off the right foot, left leg comes up. Relax the back of the neck. If you need to, encourage a nice bend in the right leg just to get the belly onto the thigh, up on the fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen out the back of the neck, parallel to the floor. Exhale, forward fold, feet to meet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sit down into the heels, reach the arms up. Hold and breathe. Sink the weight back into your heels. Squeeze your thighs together. Now see if you can lower the shoulders down. And see if you can find a nice, comfortable space where you can breathe and you're also challenging yourself here. So we're building a bit of strength as we're bending our legs. Reach to the fingers, wrap the pinkies in, take a deep breath in, sink a little bit lower. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, step back. Inhale, weight shifts forward. Now, if you need to, you can always lower the knees. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Squeeze your thighs and roll your shoulders back, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up, heels down. Inhale, knees bend, gaze forward. Exhale, plank, ripple forward. Inhale, side plank, roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Left arm reaches up, find your variation, hold and breathe. Now you really want to actively reach through all the limbs. So instead of collapsing into the right hand, press yourself away nice and strong. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Left foot steps towards the top of the mat, hands down. Your back knee is raised this time. Square yourself off. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Keep the front leg bent. Reach the arms above your head to breathe. Now, sink your hips down. We're really going to challenge ourselves here. If you need to, you can bend your right leg. Keep your hips square to the front. Press to the front heel and draw back on your left hip. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. Bring a sense of softness to your jaw. Relax your tongue. Sink a little bit lower for one more inhale. Exhale, hands down, plank, step back. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Actively press the earth away. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, power through the arms, reach up. Exhale, down dog, hips up, lower the heels down. Inhale, knees bend, gaze forward. Exhale, plank, ripple forward. Hold. Side plank on the outer edge of the left foot. Reach the right arm up to breathe. Find your variation. Find steadiness in your breath. Embody your attention. And notice what comes up for you in these moments of challenge. Notice the kind of dialogue, self-talk, how you feel, whether you think you can do this, whether you're challenging yourself. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge with control. Right foot steps in between your hands at the top of your mat. Hands down, square yourself off. Now, if your feet are in line with each other, create a little bit of space in between them so you have some balance on the way up. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Keep the legs nice and deep. Arms reach up. So lower the hips down. Stack your shoulders directly over your hips. There is a tendency to creep forward, so notice. And once you have your shoulders back, tuck your tailbone and see how that affects your leg or your left quad. Hold and breathe. Soften the face. Restrict the breath. And it's in these moments that you might find it that these Ujjayi breaths become a little bit harder. Over time, it'll become easier and easier. And the idea is that you are controlling the breath in the moments of strain to keep yourself regulated and calm. Take a deep breath in, sink a little bit lower. Exhale, hands down, plank, step back. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga, flow lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, roll over the toes, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog, shift the hips back. Lower the heels down. Hold and breathe. Relax the back of the neck. And see if you can use your attention to follow your Ujjayi breath from the moment it arises to the moment it finishes. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Tuck the chin, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, fold down and release. Inhale, chair pose. Sit down, arms reach up and breathe. Now we should be feeling nice and warm, so sink a little bit lower than you did last time. Restrict your breath. And see if you can shift your attention from the strain of this posture to the experience of your breath. There is stillness and control and softness in your breath, and see if you can be with that experience and notice what comes up for you. One more breath in. Exhale, fold and release. Well done. Inhale, halfway lift to prepare. Exhale, plank, hands down, step back. Inhale, weight shifts forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Squeeze your thighs, keep your knees hovered off the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up. Heels down. Inhale, knees bend, look forward. Exhale, plank, ripple forward. Inhale, side plank, left arm reaches up. Find your variation. Hold and breathe. We're really working into the core today, so keep your belly pressed up against your spine, so engage and lift, actively reaching up. Bring your left knee to your chest, and with your exhale, step through low lunge. Left foot comes in between your hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, half moon. So we're going to launch up onto the left foot, left arm down, right arm up. Now, if you're wobbling all over the show, that's totally fine. Find your balance. Focus your eyes on a spot on the floor and slowly press up through all the limbs. Keep your back leg active. If your back leg is loose and relaxed, you're going to find it very, very difficult to find the balance, but keep it nice and strong. Use it as a rudder and find the balance. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, Shiva squat. Tuck your right leg behind your left, bow down towards the floor, come up into the fingertips. Inhale, standing splits. Right leg comes up to the sky and bow down to the floor. And release, forward fold, feet to meet. Well done. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank, hands down, step back, almost there, one more side. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, squeeze, look up, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up, heels down. Inhale, knees bend, gaze forward. Exhale, plank, ripple forward. Inhale, side plank, right arm up, roll into the outer edge of the left foot. Find your variation. Soften the breath, soften the face. Keep that nice oceanic breath. Now, with your next exhale, step lightly in between towards the top of your mat. A low lunge, right foot comes forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, half moon, launch up, off onto the right foot. Right arm down, left arm up. Fly your flag here, so keep yourself nice and active through all the limbs. And you want to see if you can stack your left hip on top of the right. And if you find yourself wobbling around or falling out, no worries, just make your way back in, and over time you will build the strength and the flexibility and confidence in this posture. Take one more breath in, reach to the fingertips. Exhale, Shiva squat, left leg tucks behind right, come into a little ball, bring the hands down to the floor. Inhale, standing splits, left leg comes up, bow down to the ground. Exhale, forward fold, feet to meet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank for the last time, step back. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Make this a good one, keep your elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Squeeze, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up, heels down. Inhale, knees bend, look forward. Exhale, make your way to a seat at the top of your mat. We're going to begin by just taking your left leg, bending it back, and see if you can bend your right leg over as much as it feels comfortable. You kind of want to get your knees stacked on top of each other. And if they way out, that's totally fine. Just find a comfortable space where you can encourage both sitting bones on the floor. And then if this is enough, that's totally fine. Also, if you want to create a bit of relief, if your hips are like screaming at you, then get yourself up onto a pillow or on a block. It does provide a bit of relief, and then slowly you can lower yourself down. And if you'd like a little bit more, you can walk your hands forward to a nice comfortable position, hold and breathe. Now, this is quite a challenging posture for most, especially because these are really strong, tight muscles in your hips. So we're going to lay our hands down, relax our eyes, and take a few rounds of Ujjayi breath. See if you can be with your breath experience rather than what your body's telling you on your hips. Relax the muscles. Use your exhale to lean in and relax into this posture. And the idea is that we're going to choose to be with our breath. Use your concentration and your attention to sit with the experience of your Ujjayi breath instead of trying to fight urge to move out of this posture. And you'll find that over time, the legs just relax and the hips just relax. It just takes a few rounds of breath just to trick the body into knowing that it's safe, and then the muscles relax, and then your muscles will then lengthen. Nice, and release. We're going to switch our legs out. So bring the right leg back, and if you had it the other way around last time, it's fine. You can just switch it out whichever way you were. Bring the leg back, find a comfortable space. This side is way tighter for me than the other side. Already it's screaming at me, but you want to, again, keep your sitting bones on the ground. There's a tendency for the one to lift wildly up into the sky. And if you have a pillow or a block or a towel, you can use that just to create a bit of height. Find a comfortable space. If sitting upright is all you have, totally fine. If you want to walk your hands forward, if you can. You're slowly aiming to get your chest further down. That's how you get deep into the stretch. Once you're there, close your eyes and breathe. And you want to experience this for yourself. Notice what it feels like to be with your breath versus what it feels like to be with the sensation in your hips. And you'll find that you can apply the same technique to harder emotions off your mat. And for me personally, I apply this to anxiety, or I have done throughout my life. And you have option to either experience your anxiety or experience your breath. And you'll find that when you do feel moments of anxiety or dysregulation or stress or whatever, panic or whatever it may be, if you just send your attention onto your breath for a few rounds, you'll find that your body naturally relaxes, and that whatever that you're experiencing will then ease and dissipate a bit, which is a really amazing self-regulation tool. And release, extend both legs out, and I pat our hamstrings down onto the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to lower down onto our backs and draw our knees into our chest. Give ourselves a good squeeze. And ascend our feet up into the sky, coming into happy baby. I want to take the outer blades of the feet, open the hips out wide, and hold and breathe. Now, if this is really uncomfortable, you can take hold of the shins or the hamstrings or your knees just to give yourself a bit of room. And the idea is that you want to press up through the heels and pull down through the arms so you can get your tailbone and the back of your neck onto the ground. We're lengthening the spine out and opening up the hips at the same time. And if you'd like to, you can add a little rock from left to right. That always feels good, just to massage out your spine. And release, draw your knees in, give yourself a good squeeze. Inhale, raise the forehead up towards your knees. And with an exhale, release into Shavasana. Well done. Take up as much space as you like. And when you're ready, commit to stillness. Take a nice full deep breath in. Feel your belly lift. And with a sense of softness, release, relax, and exhale your lungs completely. Well done. I hope you're feeling good. We're going to lay in Shavasana completely still, and just using our attention to choose to be with our breath. Just as experiencing the breath for what it is. And if you find this very difficult, that is totally normal. Your attention should naturally just drift off into your thoughts. But over time, you will learn to acknowledge where your attention is or when it has drifted off. See it for what it is and just return it to the breath. And this somewhat repetitive process becomes a bit easier because the gaps between your thoughts become longer, and then you really get to experience the kind of fruit of your labor throughout your yoga practice. Thank you once again for putting such beautiful effort into your practice. It's really great to share the space with you and all the energy that you put into this channel. See if you can lay in Shavasana just for 1 or 2 breaths more than you normally would. And I'll see you here next time on your mat. Namaste.